Patient partners work with clinic staff to provide feedback on patient perceptions.
Working with patient partners has given me a completely new perspective on what we do. It's brought meaning back into practicing medicine. Patient partners are at the core of what we do. They are our business, and having them involved in projects and decision making has made great improvements at our site.
Patient partners make suggestions to help improve the patient experience.
I think it's vital to have patient partners bring the perspective of the patient into the Park Nicollet organization so that they can hear and adjust what they're doing, hear what the patient concerns are, and that's it's worked well over the last year, and that Park Nicollet has been very responsive to the input from the patient partner community. At Park Nicollet Eagan, we worked on starting up a patient-led diabetes support group, and this came out of the patient partner meeting that we had, where we brought to the attention of Park Nicollet that we don't have one here, but the IDC Center has one, and I thought we could start one here. So I brought up the idea of initiating a diabetes support group for the people in this area, this clinic, and it was well received, and we've been hosting meetings now for 6-8 months, and it's working very well for the attendees.
So with our patient partners, at one point they took a letter that we had pre-written that we sent out when patients' vitamin D levels were low. So we took the letter and we gave it to the patient partners, and they edited it and tweaked it in a way that would be easier to understand from a patient perspective. So they took the 2 letters and they just took a sampling of patients in the waiting room and gave them 2 letters and asked the patients which letter was preferred. And I think it was 9 out of 10 patients preferred the letter that had been tweaked by the patient partners. So they helped us to develop a letter that was easier to read, easier to understand, and get our message to the patients.
So we had a great little group, and we worked on multiple projects throughout last year. There are really even some really basic projects. We worked on things such as if you're coming to the front desk and your clinician is running behind, what should they be told? Should there be a sign up saying they're 10 minutes late? And so we kind of mulled through that and said, well, I think it would be nice if we just sort of told the patient at the time they come to the front desk, your clinician's running a little bit late, and if there's going to be any changes, we'll send out their nurse or their LPN to let you know how long it's going to be. And I felt that way you don't have that big stop sign when you first come in saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to sit here for 20 minutes and see what happens.
Patient partners can point out barriers to care that staff would have never noticed or thought of.
Yeah, initially when we started this whole process of kind of transferring the way we deliver care, we had some patient partners walk through our clinic with us to identify areas that we as staff would not necessarily see as being barriers or difficulties when they come to the clinic, or even the good things when they come to the clinic. And so we did a walkthrough with the families and our staff, showing them all the different aspects of the clinic and having the families really help us understand what their visits look like, what are some needs that we have, and some of the really eye-opening things that I thought is that we just didn't have signs in the right place, and we didn't have certain signs in the elevator that told them what floor services were on, just really nice things. And then even just some of the way our pharmacy was set up. They were just like, we don't really like the fact that we have to stand in line here, and just some of those things that we as staff don't realize. So that's really key to having parents and patients on the team, is helping them even just develop the infrastructure of the clinic. And I know we can't change everything, but at least some of the little changes, having their input on that.